Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing great. It is going to be Wednesday for you, so I hope you're having a happy Wednesday so far. I am still on this box propped up here. Gus is asleep though, so we're gonna try and make it so he's not gonna crawl into this box and try and knock it over, but we're gonna deal with it if Gus messes up the video. Okay, so right now you have another worksheet that I want you to get out, or if the sub hasn't passed it out, this would be a great time to pass it out. Simplifying fractions. So we are taking just like a mini lesson break on dividing fractions. You guys know how to do that. That's the KCF, keep, change, flip. And we're going to go backwards and just do a lot of practice on simplifying fractions because Ms. Pagano graded your assessment and a lot of you guys did a really great job, but some of you missed a lot of problems only because you didn't simplify it fully. And I really hate that that is the part that is really tripping you guys up, because that is a really big deal, because it would really stink if you did a whole division problem with fractions correctly and then you got points off because you didn't simplify the answer. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a few of these with me. You're going to do some by yourself. We'll check some of them, and then the rest you're going to do independently and turn in, okay? So you should have this worksheet. Do not work ahead. Do not work ahead. I am telling you that right now because I want you to make sure that you're listening to me, because I'm going to be giving you tips as we go through these problems. I know some of my friends in this class love to work ahead. I'm not going to call anybody out, but I am thinking of one friend in particular who always works ahead, and he does not need to be working ahead. So make sure that you're not working ahead. I'm giving you guys the task of making sure your neighbors don't work ahead. Also, if they are working ahead, I give you permission to yell their name really loud and say they're working ahead, okay? We're not working ahead. Okay, so you should have this worksheet. You should have your pencil out. Okay, so all we're doing is simplifying fractions. I want you to look at number 1. We have 6 over 30. First of all, you know all of these are going to be simplified because they're under simplifying fractions. So none of these are just like they leave them the same, okay? Just so you know. Okay, we have 6 over 30. 6/30. I guess I can zoom in, but then it doesn't really work very well. There we go. Okay, I have 6 over 30. What I want you to do is I need you to think back to when we were factoring. We were finding greatest common factor. We were finding least common multiple. If you wanted to, I've already shown you guys some of these tricks, but you can think, I'm going to put 6. If I was going to factor 6, I have 1, I have 6, I have 2, I have 3. Are there any other factors for 6? 4 or 5? No. I have 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, then I have 30. If I wanted to factor that, I have 1, 30, 2, 15, 3, and 5, right? Those are my factors. Okay, this is the really long way of simplifying, but I want you to see what you're doing. Every time you look at a fraction, you should be factoring it in your brain. Just think, okay, what numbers can go into 6? I can have 1, 6, 2, 3. Same with 30. 1, 30, 2, 15, 3, 5. Those are the ways that you can do it. Then you think, okay, what factor goes into 6 and goes into 30? What are the same ones? We have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. 6 doesn't count. 5, 15, and 30 don't count. 1, 2, and 3. If we split this in half, we could do that. Then it would be 3 over 15. Could I simplify that? Yes. So what I really want to do is think of the greatest common factor, 3 and 3. Can I split 6 divided by 3? Yep, that would be 2. 30 divided by 3? That would be 10. 2 over 10. Okay, great. I can do that. Okay, I'm just now realizing that I factored this incorrectly. And 3 and 5 is, oh no, I have that. I forgot one more. I have 5 and what? 5 and 6. Okay, I'm realizing, I make mistakes. I'm going back and I'm fixing my mistake. I have 6 and then I have 15 and 30. Okay, but this is a really good learning moment because you guys know I make mistakes. Okay, 6 does go into 30, obviously. I don't know why I was thinking that. But do you see what I did here? I factored, I have 3 and 3, right? 6 divided by 3 is 2. 30 divided by 3 is 10. Is this going to be my simplest fraction here, 2 over 10? No. So I know that you guys make the same mistakes as me. I'm really happy I made this mistake, because then you can see 2 over 10, if you told me 2 over 10 was the simplest way I could simplify this, you would be wrong, because 2 and 10, those are both even numbers. So I know I can split them in half, right? 2, I can divide by 2, it equals 1. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. My answer is 1/5. Do you see that? 2 over 10, not the simplest way. If I had actually factored this correctly, and there was a 6 here, and there was a 6 here, then I could divide both of them by 6, and I would say 6 divided by 6 equals 1, 30 divided by 6 equals 5, and that would have been a lot faster, but I made a mistake, which I'm still going to stick to the fact that I'm glad I made that mistake. Okay, let's do one where I'm not going to make the mistake. Okay, 4 and 40. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to list out the factors, because that's just going to take us a really long time that we don't really need to, unless you want to. You could list out all the factors. But I know that what numbers can go into 4. I can do 1 and 4, or 2 and 2. 40, I can do a lot of those. But I can definitely say that I can divide 4 by 4 and 40 by 4, right? 4 divided by 4 is 1. What's 40 divided by 4? 10. Can I simplify 1 over 10? No, because 1, the only thing that you can divide 1 by is 1, and that would keep my answer the same. So it's 1 over 10. That one was a little bit easier. Okay, let's do another one together. 6 over 8. Okay, what numbers can I divide 6 by? 1, 6, 2, 3. Okay, what of those numbers can I divide 8 by? I could do by 1, could do by 2, can I do by 3? No. Can I do by 6? No. So I'm going to divide them in half. 6 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 8 divided by 2 is 4. I have 3/4 is my answer. Okay, this is how it should be in your brain. If you're struggling to get to this point with thinking out loud like I am, you can totally list those factors there and see what's the greatest common factor, and then divide it by the greatest common factor. So, for example, we'll do 12 and 24. Let's make sure I factor these correctly. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to factor 12, and then I want you to factor 24. So you guys can go ahead and do that. Sub can pause it if she needs to. That way you can work on it. I'm going to go ahead and go. Okay, so if I wanted to factor 12, I have 1, I have 12, I have 2 and 6, 3 and 4, and then I have no more, because then it would be 5 next, and we can't divide it by 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. 24, 1, 24, 2, 12, 3, and 8, 4, and 6, and then there's nothing else. That's a 6, and then that's an 8. I didn't have a lot of room. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look. What's my greatest common factor here? Obviously, it's 12, right? Okay, so I'm going to try dividing 12 divided by 12 and 24 divided by 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1. 24 divided by 12 is 2. Can I simplify 1/2? Can I divide 1? The only thing I can divide 1 by is 1. So this is the simplest form. If this is helping you, then I suggest you do this. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you don't have to factor it out and write it out. You can just get it in your head, which is how just be careful you don't get to this point where you mess it up, okay? But if it's helping you to factor, you know how to factor, you guys can take the time. If it's going to help you, do that, okay? So what I'm going to have you do is there are a few of these. You have 9, 11, 13, 15, and then you have all of these. Okay, what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to zoom out so you can see it. I want you to, I'm trying to think what I would do if I was in class. I want to give you guys enough time to finish your weekly work, but I also want you to have enough time to practice. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is this. Okay, I want you to do, let's say, 6 problems. So I want you to circle 9, 11, 13, 15. So that's 4. And then let's also do 2 and 4. Okay? So you're going to do 2, 4, 9, 11, 13, and 15. At least. If you are a person who needs extra help with this, I can think of several of you that need extra help with this because you have been getting problems wrong. And I know Miss Pagano has pulled you. If Miss Pagano has worked with you on simplifying fractions, then you definitely need to do more. If you want to do more, you can do more. If you think that you just need extra practice, I would recommend you do more. But at least you need to do 9, 11, 13, 15, 2, and 4, okay? And then at the top, you can say like, Mrs. Miller said, we don't have to do numbers 6 through 16, okay? All of these. You could even cross them off if you want to. But again, I would recommend you do these if you need extra help. If you want to, I'll tell Miss Pagano that you can get like an eraser or something if you do these extra ones, okay? And if you just have something, if you don't think you need a lot of time to finish your weekly work, you can do these too. Extra practice is never a bad thing, but at least do those 6 problems. Okay. Now you're going to go into your weekly work. You don't have a lot of time this week. I'm going to talk to the sub, and if on like Thursday afternoon she thinks that you guys need more time, I might extend the due date to Monday, but we're going to see. I think you could possibly do it by Friday, but we're going to see. Okay. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I'm really proud of how hard you're working and how flexible you've been with all of this. Yeah. Okay. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.